Okay, welcome back everyone. This is like almost to the end of the baling for the first cutting, and as you can tell that I just raked it today, and I think that it was dry enough that I did not have to rake it. However, I did anyway, because there's a couple of spots along the trees and over here by the pine trees that was a little on the wet side, so I wanted to rake it. But I could have taken it straight. And there's a lot of times people, you know, they say you have to tether it or you have to rake hay. Not necessarily. If you have dry weather like we've had the last couple of days, it would have been fine, because I cut this on Saturday night, and right now it's Monday at around 1:30, and it's dry. So it's very dry. It's almost too dry. Yesterday I baled some hay that I thought was too dry because it was only right around 15%, and for me that's a little on the dry side. It's okay for horse people. The horses would have liked it, but for cattle, no, I like to bale it anywhere between 20 and 25% moisture. To me that's perfect. And like I said, being in a round bale, if it's up around 25%, it'll just sweat out and it'll be okay. Because basically what the difference is having it too dry for cattle and, you know, having around 20%. To give you an idea, let's say that you wanted to have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, okay? So you take fresh bread out of the loaf and you make your sandwich. Tastes pretty good. That'd be kind of like the 20-25% hay. The 15% hay would be if you took a couple of slices of bread, let them set out for a day, and then make your peanut butter and jelly sandwich, then taste the difference. So that's the difference between having it too dry and just at the right moisture. So, but I know for horse people it's fine. They like it really dry. Cattle people, no, you have to have a little bit of moisture in it. Has to be right around 20-25% and we'll be fine. So this is the only field I have today. We're gonna do the rest of the hay in a couple of days. It's supposed to rain tonight. Don't know if I'll cut hay tonight before it rains. We'll see, because that's another thing for you too. The best time to cut hay is right before it rains, because it's going to be wet anyway, and then the amount of hours that you gain for drying time is unbelievable. So, but you have to do your own meteorology, and that's part of the deal with making hay. You have to become a weatherman. So the rake did a pretty good job, and the rake that I use on this stuff, it's a rotary rake, so it fluffs it all up. As you can tell, it's real nice and fluffy. Fluffs it up, that way the air can get in there, because the air will dry it just as much as the sun and the heat will. So, and this video is going to be the end of the baling. Like I said, we'll bale the rest of it, and that one I'm going to try to just take the hay straight, which means I'm not going to rake it or I'm not going to do anything to it. Just cut it, let it sit for a couple of days, bring the baler out there, bale it. So anyway, let's get going. time to eject the bale. I don't have one of the new balers, round balers, that will continuously bale and wrap at the same time. I don't have $100 and some odd $1,000 to do that. That's how much they cost. Anyway, you can see that I got my monitor here. This is all for the baler. And then the monitor down here, that's my moisture tester. And I like to go about 5 to 5.5 miles an hour when I bale. I don't have it full throttle. I only keep it 1900 RPMs, maybe 1950. It all depends. But if the field is smooth, like this one is, pretty much it's smooth. There's a couple of places that are kind of rough. And I like to do between 5 and 5.5 miles an hour. And this here field is one I have to cut. Maybe tonight or tomorrow. It's not that thick. It's pretty thin. Next year I want to dig it up and reseed it. But there we got 5.5 miles an hour. Yeah, if you're doing something wrong, the monitor will beep at you. Just like any other modern equipment nowadays. It'll nag at you if you're doing it wrong. Sometimes guys just keep going and get used to the nagging. Get used to the beeping. I'm not quite like that.